We have an update to a story we brought you last October. It was reported a Newburgh resident received 250 state of Maine election ballots in an Amazon package sent to their home, which was then investigated by the Secretary of State's office.
We spoke to an anonymous UPS warehouse employee who said the contents of the box had broken and the ballots were put in another box by mistake. Now the Portland Press-Herald is reporting they obtained several dozen pages of correspondence involving Secretary of State Shenna Bellows and UPS staff during that time frame. In the emails, they say the Secretary of State's office expressed concern over a lack of progress and cooperation from UPS as officials investigated how the ballots wound up in the woman's Amazon package.
WABI confirmed a statement from UPS provided to the paper that says they fully cooperated with the state, and after their internal investigation, they say, quote, "This was due to an unintentional error on the part of our package handlers. The box containing the ballots was damaged and the contents were inadvertently repackaged in a different shipment. We have taken corrective actions both operationally and with the employee involved to help prevent this from happening in the future," unquote.
We reported last month the Secretary of State's office had turned the case over to the Attorney General's office.